Premier, the hospitality sector has been desperate for a restart plan. You kind of talked about it a bit earlier, but, Dr. Henry hasn't ruled out extending the current restrictions past May 25th. So what do you say to hotel operators specifically, wondering if, the peak summer season might be a write-off for them if non-essential travel among the regions remains in place beyond this long weekend?
Yeah, I certainly understand the challenges, Tanya, and thank you very much for the question. But I also know that the vast majority of British Columbians support keeping our borders closed. They support non-essential travel being restricted until such time as we see the impact on our hospitals, for example. Our frontline workers, our healthcare workers have been stressed to the max over the past 15 months, and we do not want to see a spike in cases that will lead to an increase in hospitalizations. And that's why Dr. Henry has put in place, I believe, a thoughtful plan, and she has talked, as Melanie said, to the sector repeatedly about what the challenges are and what are the metrics that we'll be looking for, and we'll be laying that out in more detail next week, and the industry knows that.
Tanya, do you have a follow-up?
Yeah, I believe in question period, Minister Mark had said that you will be meeting with Alaskan senators in the coming days. But a few moments ago, you gave no indication that would be happening, only suggesting that you had early communication with them or from them. So can you clarify whether you will be having new discussions with them this week and what those might entail, if so?
My office has made requests for meetings with both Senator Sullivan and Murkowski, and we haven't settled a date yet. I know I'm meeting with Governor Inslee later this week, and I didn't want to announce a meeting that has not yet been set. But the overture has been made, the letters, the correspondence has been going back and forth. I have to say both senators have been very proactive about this. They understand the positive relationship between Alaska and British Columbia. They don't want to diminish that in any way, but they want to stand up for their sector, and I absolutely support that.
Next question is from Lisa Yusta, News 1130.
Hi, Premier. Following up on what some other people have asked, you're saying that when you get these applications in, you will look at what companies or what attractions need, aquarium, Science World, different places. $1 million is not enough for many of these. So what can or will be done to bolster that, considering that this summer is looking a lot like last summer, meaning people aren't going to have the tourism that they had previously?
Well, I'm more optimistic about the summer than you, I guess. I've seen 56% of British Columbians who are eligible get a first dose. I've seen almost an endless supply now being provided by the federal government, which, of course, we would have all loved to have seen in January and February, but it's here today. We've seen a decline in case counts. The 7-day rolling averages are very positive. The impact on hospitalizations and acute care is very positive. So I'm optimistic that come the summer, we're going to be having full mobility. But right now, I don't want people to hear Horgan say, let's go out and party, because that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying we have all done a great deal to get here, and we'll have more to say next week.
Lisa, do you have a follow-up?
I do, because full mobility here in the province, even in Canada, still will see hotel operators, attractions, bus drivers, all of these locations, whether big cities or rural, probably worse in rural areas, not bringing in the money they had last, 2 years ago. So will there be more money available if they're seeing the same kind of hard-hit summer, or even a bit better than last summer? Will there be more money available for these businesses, these tourism-based businesses?
Well, again, I put a lot of emphasis on our vaccine program and immunization, not just in Canada and North America, but indeed around the world. We are not going to be leaving COVID behind on July 1st. It will be with us for the foreseeable future. What will change is how we manage that risk. And those risks are better managed by having a fully immunized community that can welcome others from around the world who are in a similar position. There are a lot of hoops to go through yet, a lot of discussions with the federal government and international partners for that matter. And I'm optimistic that we're going to have a much better summer this year than we did last year. but I don't want anyone to be under the illusion that we're going to flick a switch or snap our fingers and all of a sudden we're back to what we were at, because that's not going to happen. But we are in a good place, and we have committed from the beginning of this pandemic that the province will be there for people, for businesses, and for communities as long as we have to. But I don't want to predict the day we announce a $50 million grant program where the gaps are going to be 2 weeks from now. When they make themselves clear, we'll deal with them at that time. What I do know is that we consulted widely on this program. We took direction and advice from the sector, and we put this in place, and it's going to be well received. Will we be done now? I don't believe so, but this is a good start.